the 40 kilogram crate is moving downward. So this crate is moving downward with a speed of 10 meters per second. So suppose this is my upward is positive, rightward is positive for ith unit vector. This is my reference axis, rectangle coordinates, and this is going down v1. So I'm going to write down v1 as negative 10j. Let's write down as like negative 10 meters per second. This is initial velocity. The motor pulls the cable with a force F. So this F is constant. F is constant. Two ropes around the pulley. There are two forces acting upwards. F here on the left hand side, F here on the right hand side. The downward is the weight. So the impulse of these two forces, 2F and W, you have to show me like this. All the forces like 2F times dt plus, I would say, W times dt. So from 0 to 6 seconds. This is 6 seconds. So you have to find out what is this. So remember, if you do the algebraic sum, this is going downward. So I'm going to write down negative sign here because the going downward is negative impulse. So this is the impulse of the two forces. So let me remove this summation sign here because we are doing it algebraically. So this is my impulse of all the forces. There are just three forces, 2F upwards, W is downwards. So let me write down mv1 plus impulses, all the impulses equals to mv2. So we have to find out the speed of the crate when time t equals to 6 seconds. So what is the mass? It is equals 40 kilogram. The mass of the crate is 40. And now here, what is the impulse of the force? Let me write down here an impulse of the weight, and then comes 40 times v2. So let's do this math here. So impulse of the force can be found from this diagram. So let me show you this diagram. This plot is useful to find out the impulse of the, you have to find out the area under the curve. So if you solve for the area under the curve, it's like a trapezoid. So I can write down half times base times 150 plus 450 divided by 2. This is for the impulse, for I would say impulse of one force, but you have to multiply by 2. So then you have to multiply by 2. This is for impulse, two time impulses. So an impulse of the weight equals to W times dt, 0 to 6. So which is equal, W equals to mass times gravity. So let me show you here. This is W is outside the parentheses, delta T. So W equals mg delta T, which is 6. So this is in algebraically this is negative. So this is negative 2354 Newton second. Impulse due to the weight, and impulse due to the force applied for, or the tension force, that is 3600 Newton second. Now we have found both impulses, and then we can plug it in this equation. So let's do the math here. Negative 400 plus 3600 minus 2354 equals 40 times v2. So if you solve for this, you should get 21.1 meters per second. This is your final speed of the block going downward.